Ashley, Duncan, and Montana Traeger present
Toby!
Woo! Hi, I'm Toby, a member of the endangered bluefin tuna species. It's getting harder and harder out here to find fish like me in the ocean because mankind has not been practicing sustainability. Let me tell you the story of how I grew up and learned about sustainability. This is the first time my mom ever talked to me about sustainability. That's her on the right, and here I am on the left.
Toby, now that you're old enough, it's time you learn about sustaining your environment.
Tell me about it, Mom.
The first thing you need to know is that humans don't sustain their resources. Sustainability is using a resource so that it is not depleted or permanently changed. We are endangered because humans don't control how much of us they catch, and many of us die for no reason. Even though our eggs hatch in 4 days, our reproduction isn't fast enough to keep up with humanity's wasteful overfishing of our species. There are also several important factors that we should talk about that should be a change from the normal actions of humans. It should be evolutionary and incorporated into all aspects of life instead of just as a trend.
Come on, Mom. Do I really have to learn about this stuff?
Toby, if you want to remain on this earth, you should consider sustainable actions. To eventually make it to a sustainable platform, the humans need to come up with a type of sustainability that would incorporate social, economic, and environmental fairness. Maybe if you understand this idea, the world will one day understand it too. I know this seems really boring to you, but it is actually a very important subject to know. Let me try to put it into easier terms from you. I'll tell you a story of when I was young. One day, I was swimming and I found myself caught in a net of some fishermen. Luckily, a friendly diver who cared about keeping resources in the right amounts on Earth helped cut me out of the net. When you think of this story, think about the rule of attracting, not attacking. Just like the diver knew that it was right to cut me out of the net, people should be attracted to a sustainable plan and want to participate in this environmentally healthy approach that should be backed up with good logic and scientific evidence.
What? Wow, Mom, that really does make sense.
I had a life-changing experience with this diver who taught me everything I know about sustainability. He also said,
Wow, I can't believe some humans would do such a thing to a beautiful creature like you. I'm glad I came along to help.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so sorry. Us humans are trying to reach sustainability in our environment. Some of us are trying harder than others to help and create a safe environment. Most of us believe in assisting the disadvantaged and not taking advantage. This should go for animals of the sea too. Everyone deserves to have a clean and safe environment in which the resources that they need to survive are sufficient enough to support themselves.
Wow, that's really interesting. Is everyone included, or is it just a small group of people?
Yes, everyone's included, because we as a human race need to rise up and take actions against the forces that could threaten our future. We want to be inclusive, not exclusive, because then we would be able to create a higher standard of living that practices sustainability and that doesn't endanger our environment or the earth.
But what about natural problems and accidents that we can't predict? Can't they lead to unsustainable life through their damage?
Yes, you're right, they absolutely can. This is why we use the precautionary principle. It supports the idea of planning for these problems of food shortages and other human population problems, instead of waiting for them to happen and trying to do something about it after the fact. This is called being proactive, not reactive. That's a really interesting story, Mom. I finally understand sustainability. Now I can teach it to my friends at school.
Okay, Toby, there's just one more thing you need to know. It's the idea of sustainable yield. This is the highest rate a renewable resource can be used without reducing its availability. If you pass sustainable yield, you will run out of resources quickly. Some signs that the humans are not using their resources correctly and passing sustainable yield is the degradation of soil, deforestation, desertification, and global warming that is going on in the world.
Wow, that's really scary. If the humans keep living unsustainably, there will be a lot of bad things happening in the world, all because humans overuse their resources. But I'm still confused on one thing. What really causes unsustainability?
Well, one obvious cause that we talked about today was using resources wastefully. Many people, especially those in the upper class, have money to pay for convenience, which can be wasteful. On the other hand, the lower class can also contribute to unsustainability through rapid population growth, given the fact that the lower class humans tend to have more children. Poverty can also create unsustainability because of their incorrect disposal of trash and waste, due to the fact that they don't have many options of disposal.
I'm so glad I'm aware of sustainability now and what isn't sustainable. I'm gonna go teach my friends. Guys, do you know what sustainability is?
No!
Okay, well the first thing you guys need to know is that there are two types of sustainability. One is the sustainability of an ecosystem and the second is the sustainability of resources, keeping species like us around for the future. You can also be sustainable with things like coal, trees, and other animals. Plans for sustainability need to be inclusive, attractive, and helpful to the disadvantaged, but also being proactive. Steady growth of population makes the large numbers of unsustainability in the short periods of time, and this provides some for the future.